Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? Oh my god. Second episode of the podcast. I'm so freaking excited. Hey, listen. On this episode, what we're going to talk about I'm going to talk about hard work. Right? Hard work and entrepreneurship. Some people, if you go to nursing school, then as soon as you apply for nursing school, you have the expectation that you're gonna put a lot of hard work in. You're gonna do a lot of studying. You're gonna memorize a ton of shit. You're gonna go through textbooks. You're gonna put a lot of hard work, and until you need at least 3 years to be able to practice nursing, right? If you go into medical school and you decide to become a doctor, then you know for a fact, from the get-go, before you even go for like a student loan or before you go to whatever, you would know for a fact that you got to put a lot of money in. And the second thing, you got to freaking study hard. You have to study hard. You've got to study a lot of textbooks, and you've got to do like residency, a tons of shit before you become a doctor and you are able to practice as a doctor, right? So for some reason, people think that if you want to open a business, like it's a simple formula and you can learn it overnight. For some reason, a lot of people have approached me, the moment I started a business and started making money, people, start seeing on social media the students that I have, and how much I'm charging for my courses, then they started doing the math for me, right? They started doing the math. Oh, dude, you are at least making 10 to 15 grand a month. You're at least making 25 grand a month. They started saying all that bullshit. Even my students, a couple of my students, if they are in a class, and let's say I have 60 students in a class, and I charge 400, let's say $400 for each student, then they start doing the math. They start multiplying 400 by 60. Oh my God, you made this month this amount of money from that course, because I put everyone in like one WhatsApp group. And this is freaking crazy. Like when people start doing this shit, you know that you don't want those people in your life because they're talking out of envious, right? If that same person came to you and said, hey, Mo, you're making X amount of money. That is cool, dude. How did you get there? Show me the way. Tell me how to do it. I want to replicate whatever you did, and I want to make the same amount of money you're making, right? Then I would take that dude under my wing, and I'll teach them everything I know, so that they can replicate what I've did. Because my mentors did the same thing for me. I just replicate what they did. They gave me the formula. There's nothing creative that I've done. They gave me the formula and I did what they told me to do, right? There's a little bit of creativity here and there. You guys know, making videos, posting on social media. There is hard work that you need to put in. There's a lot of hard work that you need to put in. If someone gives you the formula, I can give you the same formula. And you can look at it and say, oh my God, this is freaking hard work. I'm not going to do it. And you expect that you're going to get results the very next day. So that's what I wanted to say. When it comes to entrepreneurship and business, like online or e-commerce or whatever, people start saying, have the expectation that they can do it overnight, right? I started my YouTube channel the first day I came to the United States. And it took me, I made around 300 videos before I start making money. And it is crazy, right? But you need to provide value first to your people, to your subscribers, to your following, before you start advertising, before you start selling them shit, right? You need to gain their trust. So for some reason, people think that they can overnight They will have the expectation to pay money, a lot of money, and put a lot of hard work, years, until they become a nurse. Same thing for a doctor, same thing for a lawyer. But when it comes to business, they think they can start a business today and start making money. And that's ludicrous, right? So someone approached me here in Illinois, in Champaign, Illinois. Someone approached me and he said, "Hey, dude, I see what you're doing on social media. Teach me. Let me know what you're doing." And he's a young dude, but he started talking about stock market and this and that and how he invested like $10,000 here and $15,000 there. And I'm saying, dude, like, you are in a community college. You don't work. Where the fuck did you get that money from? 25K investing in stock market. How did you learn stock market? People start throwing shit at you. And when there's someone who start throwing shit at me, hey, get the fuck out of here. So I don't want to talk to that dude because I instantly, like, my first intuition is that person, because he's not supporting it with facts, he's just talking. Like, when I talk, I'll grab my phone, I'll show you, I'll let you know, look, I have a YouTube channel. Look at this. I made this video. Look at this. I made this amount of money. I'll open my Stripe account. I'll open my PayPal account. I'll show you, right? Because I want to build credibility for myself. Because people can talk for days, for hours, for years. But if they don't show you, a lot of gurus online, they sell you courses of how to open an e-commerce, how to open a business, how to whatever, like marketing and sales courses. But they don't have a company, they don't have a business, they've never done it before. But they did their research online, did some Googling, and now they built a course and they want to sell you shit. It's freaking crazy. So if you are a subscriber, if you're on this channel, I know this is our second episode, but I want to provide you value. But if you think that this is like a magic pill, this is not for you. What I want you to know is that there's a lot of hard work that comes to it. So you need to build a skill. If you are good at, I have one of my friends back home. He's a nurse. He's on his journey towards immigrating to the United States. He just passed his CGFNS exam. And that dude is a model, right? He's a model. He's like 25, 26 years old, but he's a model. He has good physique. He has good taste in fashion. So that dude can make money in the United States. He can build a business, a persona. He can build a brand online and start making money, start monetizing against it. He can do a lot of stuff, right? When it comes to fashion, to fitness. Of course, it's oversaturated. The market is oversaturated, but there's always place for anyone, So that dude, hey, if you're listening, you know who you are. If you're listening, there's a great opportunity for you to make tens of thousands of dollars a month in the United States. So you need to listen to this podcast, and you need to start learning how to leverage social media, how to build a website, how to build a persona, how to build a brand. You need to start doing your research. So when it comes to business, if you have a passion towards something, let's say a podcast. You want to start a podcast, right? I know a person online. His name is Pat Flynn. And what he teaches how to start a podcast. And he has affiliated links to microphones, to cameras, to headsets, to mixers, to whatever you think about, anything that has to do with podcast, he has affiliate links with other companies. He has a YouTube channel, he has a podcast, and he built an audience. And he teach them shit for free. And he also has courses that he sells to people who watch his videos and whatever. And those courses, if you bought a course and you applied it, you will get results. Like if you want to build a podcast, He'll teach you how to build a podcast, what are the equipment that you need to purchase, how to use them, how to synchronize everything together, and then you can have your own podcast, right? So to learn how to create a podcast, for me, like me, for example, I learned a podcast from my mentor. So one of his courses, it's a package, but one of his courses is about podcast. So I learned from him how to put everything together, what are the equipment to buy, but also his course is like maybe like 12 hours worth of videos that I went through. People can go through 12 hours of videos in like a month. I went through them in a day, right? And then I took notes and then I implemented everything. So for me, and I said that on the first podcast, for me, what I do is if I have an idea, I put it down on a paper. And if I have it down on a paper, I have to execute on it. And that's what you have to do. To learn a skill, you have to put at least 50 hours of research so that you are above average from everyone else, right? You are not a professional, you are not an expert, but at least you are above average and you can provide value to the average people and below average people. So those could be your customers, right? So I at least put in 50 hours of research on anything I'm good at. So if you think I'm good at podcasting, I at least put 50 hours in. If you think I'm good at making videos, I put 50 hours in. If you think I'm good at writing emails, they call it like copywriting, I at least put 50 hours in that. If you think that my website is nice, is cool, I at least put in 50 hours in web development. So my rule of thumb is if you want to have a skill, so you can learn how to build websites, and then you can leverage that and make a course and sell that course to other entrepreneurs who are not tech savvy and they want you to help them build their website, design their website, whatever. If you know Photoshop, right? A lot of people want to design logos, want to design banners for a YouTube channel, posts on social media like Instagram stories, this and that. If you learn a skill, a lot of people want to use your skill to leverage their time and to make a better business, right? So if you know how to make Instagram stories, like a cool Instagram stories, a lot of people just want to give you the footage and you can create the Instagram stories and send it to them and then they can post it. And that's how you make money, right? Editing videos. People could send you their raw footage and then you can edit videos, send it back to them, right? Same thing with photos. If people want to edit photos, for example, if you want to learn a skill, like learn Lightroom, and people will send you their photos, you edit them, send them back, and you can earn at least $20 to $30 a photo. $20 to $30 a photo. So my wife, I consider her an expert in photo editing, in Lightroom, right? Photoshop, Lightroom, she knows it all. I consider her, I don't want to say a professional, right? There's a lot to learn to be a professional. I would consider her a semi-professional when it comes to taking photos. She know her gear, she know her equipment, she know her camera, she know all the options. She knows the camera by heart, right? She knows when to use this lens, when to use that lens. And I consider her semi-professional. And she's making money out of photography, but she can make more money if she wants to have a full-time job in photography. So that's what I'm saying. To make money as a side hustle, all right, you need to learn a skill. So everything in this era has to do, so you need to know how to make videos, how to make how to post on social media. You need to know social media, right? And if you just have like a personal account on Instagram, you need to have a business account. You need to learn how to make a business account. You need to learn how to have a fan Facebook page, a business page. You need to know those stuff. Like social media is very important. And then the next step is that you need to know marketing, how to market on social media, paid advertisement, how to make YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I mean, you know, I'm transparent. I'm authentic with you guys. I wrote a book, right? I've got a friend. She's an avant nurse. She works with me in the cancer center. And I told her, hey, listen, let's go ahead. I posted that on my Patreon account. I told people, listen, so purchase this video for $35 and you will earn $1,000. No one wanted to invest that $35 to know how can they earn $1,000. And, you know, if you trust me, you would invest the $35. 0 people took that deal. 0 people took that deal. All right, and this is a little bit of story time. That was the first time I made that chunk of money. So what I did, I went to one of the Jamaican nurses and I told her, listen, I sent her an email. I said, listen, I have this project. I want to write an ebook. So let's write an ebook. You write your story. I will put the book together, the ebook together. I will proofread it. I will do the organization of the like photos, and you know, the different texts and whatever, the design of the ebook. I'll do the cover page. I'll put the ebook together and I will publish it on my social media and on Amazon. And we'll target people in Jamaica, if you're Jamaican, right? And people will buy it. Like, tell me this. Would you buy an ebook for $20 that talks about a Jamaican nurse every step of the way from the time that nurse was in Jamaica until she made it or he made it into the United States? Would you buy that ebook for $20 if it has all the steps? Like I-140, petition, EB3 visa, like the Asian. And if you've read my book, all that exists in a book, but it was about a nurse from Philippines, right? So if we made that book for a nurse from Lebanon, if I'm Lebanese, I will buy that book all day, every day. $20, man, that's nothing, right? I had tons of questions when I was back home. I was depressed, surfing the internet, looking for someone to give me answers. So if all my answers were in a $20 ebook, would I buy it? Fuck yes. And I bet every one of you guys who are listening would buy that ebook, because that ebook literally dictates your future. So I had that idea. And I approached a Jamaican nurse, a Nigerian nurse, and a Filipino nurse. And none of them, 3 of them said yes, all right, on the idea. I said, put the book together. I'll give you $1,000. As soon as you send me the book, before I sell a copy, before I edit it, before anything, I'll give you $1,000. None of them provided the book. 4 months later, I sent the Jamaican nurse, I sent her an email, said, what's going on? Where's the book? She always tells me, I'm working on it. Excuses. Oh, I had this at work. I had this in my family, my husband, my daughter, my son, my this, my that. Excuses. I eliminate all my excuses. If I have an excuse, if I say I'm tired, like literally, it's 12:51 a.m. and I'm filming this podcast because I want to provide you guys value. And people would say, hey, listen, you might not believe me. Look at this. I hope this is clear. It's 12:51 a.m. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys, providing you value. And other people would say, oh my God, it's 10 p.m. I have to go to sleep. Tomorrow I've got work. Fuck that. Success comes with hard work, with sacrifice, dedication, obsession. There's a book for an entrepreneur that I follow very closely, and I'm gonna attend his conference in February. That dude has a book called Be Obsessed or Be Average, right? You can be average. No one will say anything about that. But if you want success, you need to be obsessed about whatever you're dreaming of succeeding in or succeeding at. So back to the story. So the Jamaican nurse did not provide the ebook. The Nigerian nurse stopped replying. And the Filipino nurse, because she's close by, like literally we work in the same cancer center, and you guys might know who I'm talking about. Excuses all day, every day. She's single. Excuses all day, every day. And I told her, hey, listen, you and me will go to Starbucks, and I'll put my camera up. I'll ask you questions and you answer them. So we'll make it in a form of like a interview. All right. And that's it. I'll give you $300. What do you think about it? She said, okay, yes, let's do it. Literally. We went to Starbucks, got coffee, sat on a table, pulled my camera. I set up my mic, and I started asking her questions, and she started answering them. I went home. That was on a Thursday. I went home. The next day was Friday. What I did, I transcribed the ebook, designed the ebook. On a Saturday, me and her went downtown, and I took photos of her. Like we did a mini photo shoot, pictures for the ebook. I edited the photos, designed the cover page of the ebook, wrote all those pages of like acknowledgements, copyrights, this and that, organized everything, put everything together, did a 3D cover for the ebook, all that in 3 freaking days. I was obsessed. I was spending like 15 to 18 hours a day on my computer right there. 15 to 18 hours for 3 days. So on a Thursday, we filmed the video. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was working on, the book. And I published it on Monday. The first day, I sold like 3 copies. So I priced it $18.99. So the first day, I sold like 3 copies. The second day, I sold like 4 copies. Third day, 0 copies. Fourth day, 0 copies. I said, what the fuck? Because at that time, I had like 5,000 subscribers. And I thought if 1%, only 100 people just purchased that book, I know I have a lot of Filipino nurses. So I said, if only 100 people purchased that ebook, I already made my 300 back, and I made a lot of money on that. I said, oh my God, like I was really down, like this shouldn't be happening. So what I did is I took the 3D photo of the book, and I put it on Instagram. And I ran an ad for 3 days. That was my first ad on Instagram. I ran an ad for 3 days, or for 6 days for $30. So 6 days for $30, $5 a day. And I sold 42 copies on the first day, 90 copies on the second day. And I made a total of $11,000 in 6 days of an ebook that took me 3 days to put together. So what do you think about that? Huh? So it took hard work. It took an idea, right? An idea. So it took an idea. Insistence. So I was insisting on that nurse, following up, talking to her, convincing her, until I came up with the idea, okay, let me interview you for an hour and a half, and then I can have my ebook. And she agreed. So it takes a lot of energy for you to follow up with someone, and that someone is giving you excuses or saying no and this and that, but you are insisting. Perseverance, right? Learn that word, perseverance. So that's what I did. I kept so I kept insisting on the idea because I knew it's gonna work, right? And I was obsessed by it. Like, I was visualizing the ebook, the end product, and I put it on Amazon. I had a few sales on Amazon. I didn't run any ads on Amazon. I just ran the Instagram ads, and until today I sell like a copy or two. I'm not running any ads, but I sell a copy or two a day. That's $20 to $40 a day. It's passive income. I'm sleeping, wake up, boom, cha-ching. I'm selling a copy, right? So that's what I tell you. That's what I want to tell you, that the opportunities, like, the limit is the sky. So imagine if, and that's an idea for you. If you want to do it, you can do it, right? But imagine if I can have a deal with, so basically that nurse, the Filipino nurse, I was willing to give her $1,000 if she wrote the book, right? But she didn't write the book. For an interview, I gave her $300, right? So if she was willing to put in the work and write the book, which was 40 pages, oh my God, she would have made an extra $700, right? But just imagine if the Jamaican nurse agreed with me, if the Nigerian nurse agreed with me, if the Kenyan nurse agreed with me, Lebanese nurse, if a Jordanian nurse, if those nurses were kind, they're not selfish, they want to provide value and document their journey, and at the same time make money. So first you need to provide value. You're not selling shit. You're selling valuable information. And it's not something that you have to create, right? You don't have to be creative. It's documenting your own journey, being authentic about it. So like giving addresses, giving locations, giving phone numbers. Oh, I talked to that dude. I talked to this organization, to that organization, to this association, right? If you're working on your documents. So we put all that in. That's the idea, to put all that in, to provide value for whoever is reading the book. Motivate them, inspire them. If that Nigerian nurse was able to do it, then you can do it as well, right? So how easy was it? And what I told the Jamaican nurse, because I wanted to motivate her, I told her, listen, I'll provide you with $1,000, and then when I make my $1,000 back, everything else will do 70-30 for life. That was the contract that I was willing to write with that Jamaican nurse. So for life, if I'm selling a copy to 2 copies a day, you will earn a passive income from that copy a day, right? If I made 11K, then you're going to get 30% of that, right? Wasted money. They didn't want to put the hard work in, right? They didn't visualize the end result. And I'm only talking about one ebook, right? So what I believe, and I had that belief, before I came to the United States, because I watch a lot of entrepreneurs online on YouTube, and, all of them agree on one thing. You need to have multiple streams of income. So they say the average millionaire in the United States have 7 streams of income. So you need to have 7 streams of income, right? And I'm almost at 7. I'm at 5, right? 5 streams of income. For example, if I lost my job, so my main stream of income is my private business, right? I have 6 products that I sell. I earn from YouTube. I earn from Amazon. I have a full-time job, right? So you need to have multiple streams of income, and business is the biggest one. If you learn business, we'll teach different ideas about business later, future episodes. But I wanted to open the conversation by don't freaking miss on opportunities. There's a lot of hard work. Listen, it's 1 a.m. I'm sitting here. I'm putting the work in to provide value. I want to gain your trust. I want to sell you shit in the future, right? I want to sell you shit that's going to provide you value and make you tons of money. And you guys can see my post on Patreon. And I actually posted it on my Facebook group. I posted it on my Facebook group. People said, "Oh, I'm not gonna pay $35 to make 1,000." Everyone wanted to know the idea. How are you going to make me $1,000 of $35? Of course, I wasn't willing to give my idea out for the public, right? I'm giving it to you because you're here. You're here for a reason. You're here to learn. You're here because you believe in me and in this Alpha Slice brand. Right? Alpha Slice. What Alpha Slice means, the idea behind Alpha Slice is alpha are alpha opportunities out there. And you might know if you are if you are one of the real Alpha Slice Nation, you would know that. But alpha are alpha opportunities in the world. It could be a car, a house, a wife, a professor. It could be a job, a company, a business. Any alpha, like Ferrari is an alpha. You want to own a Ferrari? You can have a Ferrari. You can take a slice of any alpha opportunity out there. Immigration is an alpha opportunity. You want to immigrate? You can take a slice. You are entitled to take a slice. But let me tell you something. That slice comes with hard work. So if you understand that any alpha opportunity, if you want to be part of it, it's going to take a lot of hard work. And that's what it comes to. If, as I said on the first episode, it doesn't require a high IQ. You don't have to be intelligent. It needs a high EQ, emotional intelligence. You need to understand people, know how to communicate. All right. So basically, if you learn how to communicate, how to have charisma, and everyone has a charisma in his own way. Everyone is a role model to someone you know, right? If you've been a charge nurse on a unit, you know that a fresh graduate will look at you, or a nursing student will look at you as a role model because they think you know a lot of shit. You have knowledge that you can provide to them and add value to them, to their journey. Same thing. That's what I'm doing here. I have information that you don't have. I created a business. We've been in business for like six months as of today. Like legitimate business, like an LLC in the state of Illinois that is official. You pay taxes, this and that. We've been around 6 months. And we hit six figures long time ago. Telling you, long time ago. It's crazy. You just need to learn it. Put in the time, invest the time in your knowledge. Invest the time in your brain. Invest the time in coaches and mentors that are going to teach you how to make it. I learned a lot, like everything that has to do with video, with editing, with Facebook, I learned it off YouTube for free. But it took me like a year to learn nuggets from here and there, put them together to understand the full picture. But what I'm doing here, I'm going to provide you that year of wasted time. I'm going to give you the full picture in one episode. First thing, you need to put the freaking hard work in. Period. It's not rocket science, but you need to put the hard work in. You need to invest in yourself. You need to go and Google and do research and, surround yourself with positive people. And I posted a YouTube video on my other YouTube channel telling people that if you are not willing, if you are in a position to offer value, assistance, help to someone who needs it, if you are in a position where you can provide value and you choose not to, fuck, man, you are a freaking asshole and I don't want you around me. So what I'm trying to do out here, I'm trying to help create entrepreneurs from all different countries under the umbrella of the Alpha Slice Nation so that everyone would help everyone grow together. If you know what the word mastermind means, mastermind is an entrepreneur like myself will do a mastermind, right? And will invite people. It's a paid invitation. Like invite people from different what do you call them? Like different successes or different businesses. Where if you put all those people together and you grouped or you added the knowledge that everyone has, you'll come up with a freak. You'll come up with a monster. You'll come up with tons of value. For example, if there's a leader in sales, there's a leader in marketing, there's a leader in social media, there's a leader in SEO, there's a leader in, let's do paid advertisement, right? You invite those leaders, every leader pays $10,000, and you come to one place and spend a weekend where the social media guy is going to teach the SEO guy. So everyone will come up, give a presentation, tell all his secrets to the group. And then the other dude will come up, give a presentation, and tell all their secrets to the group. Then, instead of you having one weapon, which is sales, now you have 5 weapons. Let's say there are 5 people in that mastermind, and you created that mastermind and you gathered $50,000 to put those people together. So if I paid $10,000 to come to that mastermind, when that mastermind finished and I go and apply those secrets to my business, I can generate thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars out of that knowledge or out of applying those strategies and those skills. It's freaking crazy. I've seen some masterminds online and the results they had before and after, and it's crazy. That's what I'm trying to create. That's what I'm trying to create over the long term, let's say 2-3 years. If I teach entrepreneurs how to become entrepreneurs in different areas, and they grow, and then we come together and we teach each other the skills that you have. I teach you the skills I have, this person, and then you take all that knowledge, go back to your business, give it to your staff, to your employees, and grow even bigger. And then meet again in another year time and discuss your results and the extra stuff that you'll learn. Oh my God, this how millionaires are created, right? They are created by me surrounding myself with like-minded individuals who are willing to put in the hard work to grow, and then everyone will grow together because that community is so tight, right? That's freaking amazing. And that's what I learned from my mentors. That's what my mentors do. That's what I'm planning to do. That's what next generation of entrepreneurs are going to do. And that's why I'm so upset with, my nursing school. I mean, I was educated back home, but if you are here in the United States, all schools should have a course in them. It doesn't matter if you're studying pharmacy, if you're studying whatever the case might be. All right. Healthcare, nutrition, dentist, there should be a part in that curriculum that's going to teach you entrepreneurship. And that will help you navigate the real world. Because a lot of people who study business in universities, when they graduate and they come to the real world, they don't know how to make a dollar. They will go and seek employment in big companies, and they will be employees, even though they should have been businessmen, being their own boss. But schools don't teach you, don't give you weapons to use in the real world, right? That's why the best education is to learn from mentors. That's why I created the School of Nurse Entrepreneurship, because I want to help my fellow nurses think outside the box. All right, this episode has been long, for 45 minutes maybe, or 40 minutes, and it is 1:15 in the morning. So I've got to edit this. I'm not going to edit all, but I'm going to start editing it. I still have some energy because I drank a lot of Monsters. All right, and then I'll post it for you guys so that you can watch it. I freaking love you. And thank you for being here. You're going to learn a lot. I'm going to listen, I am a part of other business podcasts. At least 5 of them that I love. I listen to them every day. Once they publish an episode, I go and listen to it. But let me tell you something. The things, I'm going to give you the full picture. The things I'm going to teach you is from A to Z. I'm not going to leave anything outside, so that you are curious, or you have doubts, or you don't know how to do this or do that. I'm going to give you all the secrets, because you are an alpha slice. And if you decide to be part of this movement, you are an alpha slice forever. Love your faces. And let's grow this entrepreneur thing. I don't know what I want to call it, but still, I don't have an outro. I don't have an intro, but by next month, I will definitely have something put together. Love your faces. Until next time, be an entrepreneur.